Me, 26 years VDV paratrooper. Missed Hostomel drop because of cold. Command decides to send you to Transnistria as a surprise attack instead. Before the operation even begins, one Il-76 is already taken out of action due to engine problems. Engine parts had been sold on eBay in 2015. Operation starts and everybody is piled into the other two rusty Il-76s left in Russian service. Plane vibrates like hell and is packed so full of men you can't get one bit of rest on the entire flight. As you fly over Ukrainian territory, you look out the window and see the other rusty Il-76 get hit by 26 different TA systems. Due to sheer luck and prayers of the battle priest on board, your plane somehow survives and is now approaching the drop zone. Everybody gets ready for the jump. One person gets shoved out of the plane 10 minutes before the drop due to being a faggot. Now directly over the drop zone. Everybody jumps out without any proper procedure. 1/3 of parachutes fail due to being packed wrong, and become pancakes. Other 1/3s parachutes get tangled into ecother and they become half pancakes. I paid Dmitry, 70 years old veteran, $10 before the jump to pack my parachute properly so it works flawlessly. I hit the ground and find out there are only 10 people left alive. I and the others walk for 10 hours aimlessly around the wilderness. Squad lead died in the drop and no one else has a map. Finally we reach a military base. As we approach we spot airsoft LARPers dressed in 90s Soviet uniforms. They claim to be Transnistrian military personnel. Think to myself, a Transnistrian. They let us sleep at their base in exchange for 1 BJ per day. During the night we hear one small explosion. I think to myself, must have been the smoke. Before I can finish my thought, the 1,000 tons of explosives stored next to our barracks detonate. The entire VDV and Transnistrian military gets wiped off the map due to one 155 meters Excalibur shell. MFW. I only get this with pistols. Me. In asleep. See some maniac beating my wife with a pipe or something. Pull out pistol. 10,000 pounds trigger pull. Have to use both index fingers. Fire off one shot. Miss. Maniac drops pipe and takes off. Run over to wife laying on the ground. She's a bloody mess. Hold her in my arms as she takes her last breath. Start crying uncontrollably in extreme despair. Wake up. Thank God it was just a dream. Put my arm on other side of bed to make sure wife is still there and okay. She's not there. Instant panic. Turn on bedside light and look around room. Realize that I was never married to begin with. Much less even have a GF. Experience even worse despair than before. Another dream I had a few months ago, during my bout with COVID. Me, midget. Standing in my bedroom, in flannel pajamas. Suddenly a tank barrel smashes through my bedroom window and points directly at my face. I turn around and run down the stairs into the living room. Tank is there already, laughing and diesel. Sprint out through the doggy door. I'm in Finland. Run through the neighborhood looking for a refrigerator to hide in. Every house I enter is vaporized shortly after I find their icebox. Begin to realize the futility. Get to the edge of the town's frozen lake and begin crawling across the ice. Tank is perched on the banks of the lake. I get to the middle of the lake and can see under the ice. It's my parents. I look back and see the tank leveling its barrel at my location. It fires. I bring my arm up to break a hole in the ice. End. I'm posting this mainly to rant, but will appreciate advice. If not, feel free to laugh at my retardation. Me, almost a year ago. Decide to join the army. Answer their questions and fuck up by admitting to having a medical history. Turn over all paperwork requested without thinking. They don't give a shit about the original reason I turned in the paperwork. They focus on finding stuff I didn't know was in my paperwork, some things I knew nothing about too. Well, fuck. Spend months doing what my recruiter tells me to do, request paperwork and give it to him. Turns out I was just resubmitting the same paperwork over and over. Finally figure out what MEPS wanted. They wanted proof I didn't have a mental illness that I was suspected of having as a kid, and the records from a procedure that never happened. Fuck. After some more months figuring that out, I see a doc to do a physical to say I don't have one of the highlighted issues. Find paperwork that showed I was tested, as a kid, and that I didn't have a problem. Get accepted to go to MEPS. Go to MEPS. It was a fun time. Had to try peeing into the cup 3 times. Get out of MEPS, they now question another childhood problem. Start working with recruiter to get it sorted. MEPS is asking for documents that don't exist as I haven't had a prescription in the past 5 years. I'd wish it'd end. I've got 2 stories related to unexploded World War I or II bombs. Be me in high school. Suddenly there's loads of little kids everywhere. WTF is going on? JPG. They had dug up an unexploded World War I/II bomb in the primary school field. Evacuated everyone to our school because it was close. Getting a lift in my brother's girlfriend's uncle's pickup truck. Never met the man before, rare favor. Dude is a beach dredger, he makes them look nice for tourists. There's some loud bangs in the back of his truck every now and then. Oh, those are bombs. I keep finding all these unexploded bombs in the beach. I keep them in my truck till the military comes and picks them up. Amazingly, he never died. Me, 200 pounds of chewed bubble gum. See conjoined twins with black eyeballs and shark teeth sprinting at me, dual-wielding 2x4s. Papa Molly. I'm sweating. Confused, so I begin running. Slam through a particle board shed and land on the waterbed. Can't move. Face stuck to plastic lining like a fly to flypaper. Can only struggle to look to my left through the Kool-Aid man-sized opening I created. Twins walk inside and begin laughing. My head turns completely around like an owl and I scream. End. That was the last dream I had. What does it mean? If you think we're all here super patriotic and ideologically fanatical, you're stupid. If you hate having to sit in a muddy trench and having to shit in a hole with 30 other guys, just remember how much more it would suck if some Vanix cut your wife's throat after making her watch your daughter getting gangbanged. Or just having your kids grow up in a lawless corrupt shithole. That's not a political abstraction, that as bare bones as it gets. If you're stuck asking why did it have to be me, well, there you are. Do your part without being an idiot and look forward to it all being over someday. And if you lose an arm or a leg, it's not the end of the world. Quite a few of my buddies did and they're all doing fine now. That last bit might sound sarcastic, but it's not. A few pieces of unsolicited advice that you probably already have learned, but just in case. Don't underestimate the importance of crawling and keeping low. If you're standing, ask yourself, do I have to stand up or can I lie down or at least crouch? Don't take your helmet off for any reason. If there is more than 3 guys within arm's length of each other, get the fuck away from them. Don't exit your trench, ever. Fuck mud, fuck vermin, fuck rain. A local who knows the area, or even better, a surveyor with maps is worth his weight in gold. If your guys cleared a minefield last week doesn't mean the enemy hasn't put up another one to replace it. Don't kick cans, pick up random shit or fiddle around in any way with shit in liberated areas. Good boots, soap and good socks are more important than ammo. Sooner or later you're gonna get gassed, so have a maintained mask nearby. Sleeping on watch used to be a shooting offense for a reason. And you're absolutely right, you're risking your health and life while others shirk and are getting rich. They'll probably do better afterwards than you, and you'll be bitter as fuck about it. So what now? Let it all go to the dogs? Me. Grew up shooting and loving guns. Finally old enough to have some expendable income for the first time in my life. Lust after a gun for months while I save money for it. Buy it. Shoot it once or twice. Sometimes even get loading dies and do some meme hand loads for it. It doesn't fill the void. It doesn't fill the fucking void. Sell it at a several $100 loss along with the dies at the next gun show. I never learn my fucking lesson and end up doing the exact same thing again a couple months later. Am I a masochist? Why do I keep doing this to myself? Even if I was a literal millionaire and could order the fanciest custom shit imaginable, then I'd still feel this way. It sucks because I literally have no other hobbies or interests than guns, so what the hell am I supposed to do? Be me. Tired waggy guard. Just waiting for one more customer to leave so I can go home. It's 2:59 a.m. and we're about to close, but some retard is here buying cans of beans and frozen chicken nuggets. Looks at me and asks, slightly spitting on me, "It's the thick? No idea what he was asking, but he was pointing a plump hot dog finger at my sidearm. Yeah man, it's A.357. Spurg stares into space, then finishes checking out. Go home and spin the chamber again. Clicks empty. Set alarm once again.